Good morning, my fellow skeptics, and welcome back to Theocracy Watch, where we track the growing effort to replace democracy with divine mandate, one resolution at a time. This week, again, it's Texas. State Rep Carrie Isaac has introduced a bill to make April Promise Month, a state-sanctioned celebration of Christian values and America's so-called biblical heritage. Let's be honest about what kind of values this actually promises. This is the same purity culture that teaches girls their worth is tied to their virginity, tells kids that consent doesn't matter once you're married, and silences abuse like it's a virtue. It's an education system where sex is sin, questions are rebellion, and the only thing worse than talking about gender is understanding it. They don't want informed kids, they want obedient ones. The resolution is packed with scripture, includes a call to accept Jesus, and shockingly has support of 11 Democrats, because apparently pushing one religion through the state is totally fine as long as their flavor of Christianity, wrapped in a flag, sprinkled with Bible verses. So what do they mean when they say Christian values? What part exactly are we supposed to celebrate? The parts where women are property, where victims of sexual assault are forced to marry their abusers, where slavery is sanctioned and genocide is justified, and dissent is punished with possible death or exile? Are we honoring Jesus' message of love and justice, or the version where you sell your possessions to buy swords and kill non-believers? Christo-fascist ideologues aren't actually trying to save souls. They want to bludgeon your rights with the Bible. If they actually believed in compassion, they wouldn't rip healthcare from, they wouldn't criminalize drag shows, they wouldn't ban books or force Bibles into public schools or strip their food programs. If your faith only works when the state shoves it down your throat, then not only is your faith weak, your morality is for sale. If the resolution quoted the Quran or celebrated polytheist spirituality, every one of these lawmakers would be screaming about religious extremism. But because it's their version, the one built on obedience, we're expected to honor their traditions. But here's the thing, if Christian values were anything more than a political costume, they'd be used to uplift people, not legislate them into silence. They'd be feeding the poor, not starving school kids, healing the sick, not targeting trans youth, protecting the vulnerable, not protecting their priestly pedos, by investigating a law that could stop the secrecy of abuse. Because real morality doesn't need to be legislated, and genuine faith doesn't demand capitulation. It moves people to compassion. But again, it's not about humanity, and it never has been. It's about using scripture as a muzzle and calling it virtue. The next generation is being groomed to obey, not to question. And the more we normalize that, the closer we get to a country where your rights don't come from the Constitution. They come from whatever Bible verse the legislator likes that week, cherry-picked, twisted, and weaponized to punish people they never cared about nor were willing to understand in the first place. And if we don't stop it now, it won't stop at the month of April. So if they won't live by the values they preach, we have to be the ones who do. Call it out, push back, protect the kids they'd rather erase. And I'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
A whole month.
A whole
month
let me
dedicated to purity culture.
Oh, man.
Christian heritage.
From the people who are most likely to violate purity.
Did
I say that out loud?
Yeah, you did it. But that's what drives me wild.